Hey there, Rajat here. So when I first heard of this Hacktoberfest thing organized by DigitalOcean, which is not long ago, I only heard about it like 11 or 12 days back. Okay, when this thing was just about to start off, right? So there were some Indian guy who created a video about this Hacktober thing, and he was telling about how to participate. So this Hacktober thing is all about, you just have to create like 4 PRs in order to participate in this fest, and then if you create 4 PRs, then you will get a t-shirt. So this guy was detailing about how easily you can get like free t-shirts, and I was like, okay, more spam is going to come to many open source maintainers, and I was like, oh man, it is going to be a mess, and it has been a mess, right? So people are telling other wannabe creators or newbie developers that if you want to win free t-shirts, just open random PRs and make some you know garbage commits, and just open PR so as to count toward the goal of achieving 4 PRs in order to qualify for getting a t-shirt. It's a very lame way to participate in open source. I maintain my own open source project, and I can tell you that I would not appreciate any such PRs which will not contribute in any sort of substantial or meaningful way to my project. And this is happening, and we can see the entire fallout on internet. Just try to Google Hacktoberfest, and you will get to see that most of the open source maintainers are frustrated with all the ongoing scam that is coming their way. I predicted it when I first heard of this Hacktoberfest thing, because it does not make sense, right? Why would you open 4 PRs that do not make any sense in order to get free t-shirts? I think the messaging which DigitalOcean is trying to put out there is correct in some way. I do not fully align with it. I do not fully understand it. They just putting this argument that they want to celebrate open source developers, but encouraging other people to create spam is no way of encouraging open source's adoption, or is not a way or not a proper way to celebrate open source developers or maintainers. I do not fully agree to it. That's my stance related to this overall theme behind this Hacktoberfest. And I was telling you about this YouTuber like who had some substantial following on YouTube, and he was talking about how you should create some PRs, some bad PRs, I would say, and just participate in thing like. And I would like to talk directly to such content producers. See man, if you want to create content, that's up to you. And see, I being a content creator myself can understand that you need an ongoing supply of new content, but promoting other people, other developers to just create random PRs is not a way to create content. If you cannot contribute towards open source in a substantial way, do not convince others to create spam as well. It does not serve the open source community in a good manner. It actually hurts the open source community, because most of the open source maintainers out there are overworked, right? They already have much task assigned to them, and they do not have enough time to go through all of those. On top of that, just for the sake of these free t-shirts, you are asking people to create spam PRs. Does not sit right with a lot of open source developer, including me, right? So just have a look at this, what this thing. Okay, I was having a look at the Dan Abramov's tweet, right? So what this PR did was just added or padded the string with some random string, right? This is nonsense, right? Getting started is the crisp and clear message here, and like the guy who opened this PR just padded with some fluff which does not mean anything. Amazing super project, what does it even mean, right? So don't do this sort of thing. If you want to get a free t-shirt, there are other ways, but I cannot comprehend why would you do such a thing. Why would you create these sort of prs in order to get t-shirt? I think that most of you guys who are, who have a laptop, who have like internet connection, who knows about github, can actually afford t-shirts, right? But if you are talking about like getting t-shirt from a brand, I mean, get one printed for yourself, right? Or participate in a hackathon, build some real project, win some competition, and then get that t-shirt. So in that particular way, you can actually flaunt those t-shirts that you actually participated in something that actually amounted to something, right? But creating these 4 PRs and with this sort of BS does not make any sense. And if you are a content creator, please do not produce such disastrous content which actually rubs the open source community in a wrong way. If you want to really contribute towards some project using Hacktoberfest, then there are many repositories out there who have marked their issues with the Hacktoberfest tag, including myself. If I can show you my repository, that's Courselet. Okay, I have marked some of the issues as the candidates for Hacktoberfest, right? If you are interested, you can go to any repository of your choice and look for these Hacktoberfest tags and try to tackle those issues and maybe contribute towards the betterment of the project you are interested in. That's one way to do it, and there are certain other ways which you can figure out on your own. But do not follow any YouTuber's advice that you just create some random PRs containing random strings or padding things nonsensically just to get the t-shirt. Does not make any sense to me. That's all I wanted to say, and like it kind of disappointed me and other open source maintainers as well. So just don't do this sort of thing. I see you guys over in the next video, and I hope that I would not have to talk about these sort of issues, and I do not like to rant about these sort of issues, but from time to time we get such situations, and as a like responsible member of this big ginormous thing that is known as open source, I think that I had to put these words out. Take care, bye, and I see you guys over in the next video.